Hey there! Oh my goodness, you guys. I cannot wait. I'm so excited to show you this one. Tequila lime grilled chicken. I'm telling you. I know I'm always excited because I'm just an enthusiastic gal. What can I say? But this one is so good. And I gave a little teaser last week if you tuned in when I made my pineapple salsa, which was just juicy heaven. It was so good. It's just fresh and unctuous and you kind of can't stop eating it. And I did it with plantain chips, but tortilla chips are great. Check it out if you didn't. But the thing is, that salsa partners beautifully with this chicken. So 22 years ago when I was pregnant with my daughter Toby, my husband gave me a gift certificate to take this cooking class. It was one of the things I kind of was interested in doing, a little foreshadowing for my future. And I did it was a knife skills class. And so this is the menu we made. We had a bunch of different dishes, worked in teams, and this tequila lime grilled chicken was one of the things. What I love about it, it's pretty simple. It's super tender because the lime, almost like a ceviche, it begins to start to kind of cook and tenderize the meat. So in this recipe, you want to marinate this for 4 hours. You don't want to go longer than that because your chicken will start to get kind of mushy and mealy. So this is not a hang out all day and we'll just deal with it later tonight. You want to do it maybe on a weekend if you work, or with everybody working from home, little afternoon thing, marinate your chicken and you're ready to grill it later on. So anyways, really simple ingredients: olive oil, lime juice, a little bit of fresh jalapeno, cilantro, and tequila and triple sec. Triple sec is an orange liqueur. So if you aren't familiar, or maybe you have other things like Cointreau or Grand Marnier, those would be both work. And if you don't keep any liquor in your house, the little sample bottles should be just fine for this. And it's not an alcohol heavy marinade, and I think I would feel totally safe serving this to my kids because you're marinating in it, you're cooking it on the grill, cooking off all that. It's more about the flavors and the tenderization of the meat. So super, super good. Partnered with the salsa or just on its own. I'm gonna do this chicken, and I have some salsa that I saved from my last video, and I'm gonna put those two together and do, I think, some black beans and maybe a little salad. So excited to show you this one. Let's get started with the marinade. Okay, marinating the chicken, you guys, so simple. Plastic bag. I'm out of my 1 gallon, so I got a 2 gallon, but olive oil, I'm gonna carefully, 2/3 cup olive oil goes in, and then 1/2 cup of fresh lime juice. Because these ingredients are pretty simple, it's definitely a good idea to use fresh lime juice. Don't use the bottled stuff. This is 1 jalapeno that's been finely diced or minced with no seeds in it, although as you see there was one tiny guy in there. And then 1/4 cup tequila, 2 tablespoons triple sec. I measured those together. And give it a little swirl. And now my fresh chopped cilantro. That is the marinade. So it's just in there. I usually pick my bag up like this on the side and just kind of give it a couple squeezes to get those ingredients nice and blended. And then you guys, I folded down the zipper part of the ziplock, and then in goes the chicken. And I took it calls for 6 chicken breasts, but I took my chicken breasts and cut them in half. Scott and I like a little bit smaller portion these days. So it looks like a lot of chicken, but it is 6 chicken breasts. I'm gonna wash my hands, but I'll zip this up. This will go into the fridge for about 4 hours, and then it'll be grill time. Hey guys, okay, my chicken, magic, 4 hours later. Here's my marinade. So I'm gonna kind of hold this toward the camera. Do you see how white my chicken is? It doesn't have that pink chicken fleshy look. It's because that lime juice has been kind of doing its work, tenderizing the meat. That's what kind of makes this chicken so great. It's just, I can't describe it. It's just super flavorful, very tender. You're gonna have to try it to believe me. But also I'm gonna make note, in the marinade, I didn't put any salt or pepper. So I'm gonna take my chicken out of the bag, probably just lay it on a, maybe some paper towel lined sheet tray, and then I will season it with salt. Pepper would be up to you. I'm gonna do a little black pepper because I like that little black speckle color before I hit it on the grill. And you might wanna just give your grill a little bit of a spray if you do that, or if you have a thing that you do with greasing it, that'd be fine too. But there is olive oil in the marinade. So we're gonna get this grilled up, and then we're gonna get to tasting real soon. I cannot wait. Okay, my chicken, you can see it's all white. I've seasoned the tops, salt and pepper, and I'm gonna put them face side down. And then I also pre-season my, or not season, grease my grill. That little bit of paper towel I find with marinade really helps. Just to take any of that excess juice so you don't have flames. This is gonna be so good. My chicken's gonna be on the grill for probably 4 to 5 minutes. I did not pound this chicken out, so it's not like super, super thin. And with chicken, you can't have any of it be raw. So you don't wanna overdo it, but you definitely wanna make sure it's cooked through. So it's got a nice sizzle. I'm gonna turn it down to just a medium heat and close my lid, and I'll see you in a little bit. Almost forgot. Season the backside, don't forget. Pretty generous with the salt because there was no salt in that marinade like I already said. So I'm hitting it pretty hard. And then I'll do a little bit of pepper as well. And then I'll close the lid. And we'll be in business. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. Okay, I lied, 6 minutes. I got busy doing dishes. But see how my chicken, when I go to like flip it, it's just moving right away. It's not sticking, it's ready to go. Look at that, perfect. So if your chicken kind of gives you resistance when you go to flip it, it's not ready. I'm making a mess here, but you get the idea. So I'll let this side go for another 4 or 5 minutes since it's a little long on the first side. And I'll check maybe with my temperature. You want to reach about 160, 165 technically. I go a little under because it has carryover cooking, so it still cooks after you take it off the grill, and I don't like dry chicken. But we'll be back in just a second, and then we're getting closer to tasting. See you in a bit. A little sweaty over the grill. I might be a little sparkly. These guys are ready to go. I double checked those, and they need a little bit more time. So I'm gonna close my lid on those, and these ones will go inside. I'll come back out for these in a couple minutes. If you don't own an electric thermometer, I do recommend one. I just slip it in the side of the piece of chicken, and when it gets to be about 155, if it's climbing up and gets there, pull it off. It'll carry over cook, meaning it'll keep cooking even though you took it off, and it'll be just perfect and juicy. So see you for assembly of this with last week's pineapple salsa and then test tasting. I cannot wait. Oh, you guys. Isn't that a pretty plate? So, simple green salad, some black beans from a can that I just heat up. I always do a little olive oil, and then I hit my olive oil when it heats with cumin, cayenne, and a little bit of garlic powder. Let that sizzle, and then add my beans. Take store-bought up a notch. Little side tip. Okay, test taste time. So I have some salsa from last week, and you guys, I already had a little bit of a nibble of the chicken just to, you know, double check. All by itself, it's a treat. With the salsa, I don't know if I can get some salsa on there. You know what? I'll just go purist. You guys, it's so tender. The flavor is so subtle. You don't taste, if you're not a spicy person, don't stress about that jalapeno. It is not spicy. It just has a nice little rounded kind of depth to it. And then you got that char from the grill. Follow up with this. That is outstanding. It's so good, so much flavor. I think I would have actually put a little more salt on my chicken. We don't always get it right, you know, when I, try. But, that is just like, I gotta stop talking so I can eat this. So, delight of the bite. Subscribe, share, tell your friends. I'm just kidding. Well, yes, please do all those things. But give this one a try. Delight of the bite, subscribe, share, tell your friends, and let people know I'm here. I really appreciate it. This one is, it's just summer. Let's just milk it for all it's worth here in August. And while it's still warm, it is a dewy, hot day here in Tacoma. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thanks to my camera guy filming. And I'll see you next week, Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tune in for a new episode. Bye.